What's up, kitten cats? So I just wanted to preface this video by saying thank you so much for all of the kind and positive and encouraging comments throughout my entire season of competing this year, but obviously on my most recent showing at Junior Nationals. Junior Nationals was my last show of the season, and it is time to grow, my friends. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today it's Tuesday, June 21st, and what I wanted to do today, sorry, I'm like trying to balance my hand on my sink, what I wanted to do today is I'm not back to tracking macros yet, so since this was my last show of the season, Nick is letting me have, a couple days off to just eat intuitively, is what we're gonna call it, before officially moving into my reverse diet and all that jazz. So I tweeted this morning, I was like, thinking about doing what I eat in a day of me being intuitive, for YouTube, and there were like over 100 favorites on it in like an hour. So I was like, well, we should probably do this. So I want to preface this by saying I personally, and this is just my personal opinion, no knocks against you if you do this, I personally don't think that going to intuitive eating full time immediately post show is a good idea. And the reason behind that being, when you diet down for a show, first of all, when you're done dieting down, your body is primed to grow. With that is, from a muscular standpoint, your muscles are very ready to grow, but you're also primed to put on fat very quickly, just due to being so lean and so dieted. So another thing with dieting, when you diet down, especially when you get to, true stage lean status, and regardless, like when you diet just in general, your hunger hormones get thrown off. So your ghrelin, your leptin levels, all of that, it's all, like all your hormones, everything, they're a little bit wacky. So being intuitive, in my opinion, is not really a realistic expectation because your actual hunger hormones don't know how to be intuitive right now. They're thrown off. They're telling you to eat everything when that's not really ideal. So just from a muscle growth standpoint, this is a really great time to optimize. Like, you are ready to grow. Like, I'm ready to grow. My body's like, yes, girl, let's get some booty gains going. But I would not want to move to intuitive eating full-time immediately post-show, just because I don't think intuitive eating is for me personally, and that's not a good or bad thing. If it's for you, it's not a good or bad thing if it's for you. I don't think it's for me personally, but especially in the immediate post-show window. Where was I even going with that? Brain, where are you? Come back. I had a thought and then it floated away. Yeah, I don't think intuitive eating is a good idea immediately post-show. Some people feel more comfortable moving into it after they've had a little bit of time for those hormones to restore and to be able to actually be truly intuitive and listen to, their hunger signals and not just eat everything in sight. But kind of what I wanted to show you today is, especially after the last couple days of trying this, like, I don't feel the need to eat everything in sight. And it's taken me, multiple seasons of competing and multiple like post-show experiences. I've never had the typical post-show binge experience that a lot of people have had. I've always done pretty well with that, but it's still taken some time to learn how to chill with the food after shows. Like, I like having a nice meal after a show. I normally just take the Sunday off after a show if it's a Saturday show, but having these extra couple days off has really been cool for me to see that, oh wow, I can not eat like an asshole. Pardon my French, after a show. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys today. So come along for the ride. It is like 1:30 in the afternoon and I have to start eating. I'm gonna go train with Katie in a bit, so I will show you guys what I make. One more quick thing, since I am still training, like I hopped right back into training yesterday, so intuitive eating means you're not tracking, but I am still tracking protein because I want to make sure that I get quality boluses of protein at each meal, because I am still training, and like I said, this is a time to optimize growth. I know that I'm going to be getting, sufficient carbs and fats, but I want to make sure that those protein levels stay elevated, stay where they should be to promote muscle growth, and all of that good stuff. So I am still tracking protein today, but that's it. That's it, man. Okay, on to the food. All right, so meal number one is happening now. I made a smoothie bowl with some milk chocolate protein. I'll pop the smoothie bowl recipe up here real quick. It's really, really easy. Then I topped it with some of the Icon Meal Power Popcorn because this stuff is addicting. And then I grabbed, this is really weird, I grabbed one of these Cocoa Light Pops from Whole Foods. They're kind of like rice cakes, but thinner, and they're like really, really flat and large, and put some whipped Greek cream cheese spread on it because I have really weird flavor preferences. So yeah, it's like a protein smoothie froyo bowl, and it's gonna be really yummy. All right, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about something really quick before I eat. I get asked a lot about any advice that I have for the post-show period, avoiding post-show binging, etc., etc. And I do have some advice that I want to share with you guys. I know it can be a really difficult time period because your hunger hormones are thrown off, because you've been deprived for a really long time. It really does set a perfect stage for binging post-show and for putting on a lot of unwanted fat. So I think one piece of advice that I would really like to share with you guys today, if you watched my most recent favorites video, you noticed that I had read the book Mastering Your Mean Girl by Melissa Ambrosini. And in that book, she talks a lot about, the choices that you're making, and are you making those choices based on love or based on fear? So I kind of took that and I applied it to food. So what I mean by that is, especially in these last few days when I haven't had to track my food and I've just been, allowed to eat quote unquote whatever I want, before I eat, I make a point of thinking, and like I did this, post-show as well. I ask myself, Emily, am I choosing to eat this food out of a place of love for the food that I'm about to eat? It's okay to eat food just because you genuinely love it, love the taste of it, whatnot. Am I eating this food out of love for my body? Am I eating foods that are going to still make me feel good? Am I eating quantities of food that are still going to make me feel good? Am I making a loving choice for my body and for my heart? Physically, binging on food makes you feel like crap, so that's not a loving decision. Mentally, binging on food sets you up for a lot of mental turmoil, so that's not from a place of love either. And I feel like a lot of times what happens, and this has happened to me in the past as well, a lot of times competitors binge on food post-show because it's almost like they're afraid that they'll never get to eat that food again. Because you've been deprived for so long, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm allowed to eat now, I have to eat everything right now, immediately, shove it all in my face, yada, yada, yada. And then you feel terrible. So that's like a fear-based mindset. You're afraid that you won't be able to eat that food again. Or, some other deep-rooted fear, like the fear of food itself, and all of those things. So both in the dieting phase, in terms of choosing food out of love and not fear, if you are dieting, choose food out of love, because what you're eating while you're dieting is helping you reach your goals. It's helping you meet your micronutrient and macronutrient needs. It's helping you, you should still be choosing foods that give you, palate enjoyment, emotional enjoyment while you're dieting. A fear-based mindset would be choosing foods that you think are safe, that you think are, clean as opposed to dirty. And a lot of times people diet out of fear of gaining weight, out of fear of, some body image related thing, and that's not coming from a place of love. When I started training and learning about nutrition and all of that, my mindset turned to one of love for my body and for the food that I was eating and for the training that I was doing. I train because I love the way it makes my body feel. Yes, I love the way it makes my body look, but overall it makes me feel so much better. The foods that I was eating, I tried the whole clean eating thing for a while and it did not work, for me at least. So with flexible dieting and macros, I learned about food and I learned about what the different nutrients do for my body. And I was able to choose foods that I loved what they did for my body from a performance and an aesthetic standpoint, as well as how they tasted and how they made me as a human, not just an athlete, feel. So whether it's the post-show period or whether you're dieting, make food choices and exercise choices out of love and not fear. And especially in the post-show period when, there's all of this food available to you, ask yourself, am I eating this, and am I eating this in the quantities that I'm eating it in from a place of love for myself and a place of genuine love for these treats that I am eating, or am I eating them from a place of fear or a place of, I don't know the right word for this, but am I not eating from a place of love? That's the simplest way I can put it. Am I eating from a place of just frenzy? So yeah, love over fear. This is gonna be a long video, I already have a feeling. All right, so I rinsed off and I'm about to head to the gym. I might film a few clips because I'm actually doing one of the upper body / shoulder workouts from my next Dunc Delts program, which will hopefully be releasing soon, but I think I'll try to give you guys a few teaser clips of that. So off to the gym we go.
Lifetime waiting, getting busy with the numbers. Suddenly the blue sky's gone. Where's the blue sky gone? Where's Where's the blue sky, blue sky, blue sky? Lifetime waiting, getting busy with the numbers. Suddenly the sun's gone big. Where's the blue sky? Where's the blue sky? Don't let it go slow, let it go deep. Either I stay or you let me leave. Don't let it go slow, let it get deep. Either I stay or you let me leave. Let me in. Blue sky, blue sky. Don't let it go slow, let it go deep. Either I stay or you let me leave. Don't let it go slow, let it get deep. Either I stay or you let me leave. Let me in.
Alright, so I just got home from the gym and I made some breakfast. I'm so excited about this breakfast. Oh my gosh. So I made up some oats and some cinnamon roll yogurt and some fruit. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this fresh fruit. This is the Oat Fit Maple and Brown Sugar. It's actually low carb yogurt from Kroger. It's the cinnamon roll yogurt. I'm not eating it because it's low carb. I'm eating it because it tastes good. And then I have been craving fruit like crazy, so I figured now would be a good time to enjoy some beautiful fruit. Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and then mango, one of my absolute favorites. So I'm gonna eat this real quick, and then I have a meeting at 6, so I gotta get ready for that. It's like 5:20. What's up, you guys? So my meeting ended a little while ago. It's like 8:40 right now. I will include a clip here. I didn't want to record inside because it was like kind of quiet and there were people right next to me eating dinner and I didn't want to disturb them. But I just went to this little place called Heart and Soy. It's like a vegetarian vegan restaurant. I got a salad, just a garden salad with lettuce, tomato, carrots, cabbage. I think there was yakima on it. It looked like there was yakima on it. Red pepper, cucumber? Yeah. And then I had like little rice noodles on top, and it also had tofu on it. No, I am not vegan or vegetarian, but I have makeup on where it's not supposed to be. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I am very curious about the lifestyle. It's actually a fun fact. I was vegan in high school for like 2 months, and it just did not work out well. Like, I didn't enjoy it, which made it like an unsustainable lifestyle for me. And then I was very uneducated about it, which made it, as somebody who danced over 20 hours a week, I was uneducated about it, so my performance suffered, and that made it unsustainable as well. So it did not work out, but I am very curious about the lifestyle. I do have a lot of respect for the people that live the lifestyle full time, whether that's vegan or vegetarian. I have respect for anybody that, you know, consciously makes a decision about their diet. Like, that's really great. I am very interested, and I've talked to you guys kind of about this before, you know, more buying meat from more local farmers when I do, because those animals are normally treated with more humane methods and there's just less environmental impact from the farming aspect and shipping and all of that stuff. So trying to be more sustainable that way. But I would like to like start incorporating some more vegetarian / vegan food options, just because I know, one, I'm curious about it, and two, there are some people that follow me that are vegetarian / vegan and maybe need some meal ideas for it. Who knows? So I decided to give that a try today, and it was actually really, really good. I feel like all those foods get a really bad rap for being gross or whatever, but it was not gross. I think a lot of it comes down to how it's cooked as well. Like, if it's poorly cooked, just like with non-vegetarian or vegan food, if it's not cooked well, it's gonna be disgusting. But no, that tofu seemed to be cooked very well. Like, it was firm, it wasn't mushy. I think it was like teriyaki or something, but it was really, really good. So that's what I had. I'm about to go to my current favorite coffee shop, do a little bit of work, and see what happens. Alright, well, what's up, you guys? So you saw, oh, my hair's up, I'm not cute. You saw that last clip. I went to this really cool rooftop bar in Lowville and got just a glass of Riesling. It was actually the best glass of Riesling I've ever had in my life. And then came back home. It's almost 11 now, and I'm about to eat a little bit, obviously, it's a full day of eating. I have, let me turn on my flashlight. Oh. I just have some broccoli and carrots and ketchup and Laughing Cow cheese because I freaking love broccoli and carrots and cheese. Like, whatever, it's fine. Then I do still need to eat a little bit more protein, so I'm gonna make like a smoothie bowl or something. I'm kind of like surprised slash, I don't want to say disappointed because like I've eaten what I wanted today, but I feel like people have this expectation of competitors post-show like just going ham on all of the, you know, really dense foods, the nom foods, whatever. And like I did eat some really nom foods. Like you guys saw the post-show video when we went out to dinner. Last night I went out to sushi and had some wine with Katie and Hayden and Nick. Like, I've enjoyed myself, but I'm also really happy to know that I can eat without tracking meticulously and going overboard. Like, it may seem like I didn't really eat a lot, which I really didn't eat a lot, but I also have to keep in mind that I've just spent the last 8 months, it was 35 weeks, 8 months dieting down, so like my stomach capacity is just not, it's not what it used to be, fam. Can't go as hard as I used to. And I think it's a good thing that I'm able to listen to that. Yes, I definitely ate more than what I was eating during prep, I think. I didn't eat that many fats today, which maybe I'll have some fats with my smoothie bowl. But I was definitely more like carb preferential today. That is one thing I picked up on. But yeah, I just don't have an insane stomach capacity since I've been dieting for so long. So I just ate what sounded good, and a lot of what sounded good was stuff from the earth. And I really like protein, so I ate a lot of protein. Don't get me wrong, I love my nom foods, I love my treat foods. And then here's another thing, with dieting for so long, and you guys have heard me talk about, you know, how I follow more like a meal plan setup with my macros. Like I take my macros and I make a meal plan out of them. And while that's great for consistency's sake, for, you know, keeping weigh-ins very consistent, for having a plan set in place for someone that's really on the go, which I am, one downside to doing a set meal plan is when you stick to the same foods for a long period of time, and I would try to rotate things, but when you stick to the same foods for a long period of time, your gut bacteria changes. So if you don't eat a certain food for months and months and months at a time, you don't have the intestinal flora, you potentially, this isn't like an absolute, you potentially don't have the intestinal flora or gut bacteria or whatever to properly digest that food. So a lot of times people experience GI issues after shows when they start reintroducing foods. So I am gonna have to reintroduce foods that I haven't been eating a lot, very slowly. I didn't eat a ton of dairy during prep, just out of preference. I kept protein powder in, and I would have yogurt every now and again, but again, like dairy just wasn't a huge preference for me. It's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I want dairy all the time. So that's one thing in particular that does give me some GI issues. But it's more so just the heavy dairies, like ice cream, which sucks because I love ice cream. Cheese, like really heavy cheese, but things like protein powder, low-fat yogurt, Greek yogurt, all of that stuff, that doesn't give me any problems. But yeah, be attentive to your digestive system. And so for me, one struggle that I'm gonna have going into this reverse is reintroducing foods that I haven't eaten in a long time. So far, I haven't really experienced any intense issues, but you know, you never know. So I'm gonna eat this, and then I will make some kind of yummy protein-rich concoction. And I just tweeted the other day about how I finished Gossip Girl finally, so I just decided to start it over because I suck and I'm still in high school. Just kidding, I'm in college, but yeah. All right, last meal, I just made another smoothie bowl with some protein drizzle on top, peanut butter, and some mini Power Crunch bars that I got at an expo that I just crushed up on top. So I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna watch an episode of Gossip Girl and then go to bed. So again, it's nothing super crazy, nothing super exciting. I didn't feel the need to like eat the universe, but I just ate what I wanted to eat, which is pretty close to what I normally eat, which I feel like is a good sign. So I feel the need to like apologize because this wasn't like a super eventful or creative full day of eating, but here we are. The reverse diet officially starts tomorrow and I'm excited. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Bye.